Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. And today, I'm doing a little car vlog, which I do on my vlog channel. If you guys don't know, I'm vlogging my life every day for the year 2017. I think this is day 112 or 113. So it's listed below if you like this kind of deal. Just talk about my life and stuff that's happening and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, I wanted to do a little vlog, and I was actually going to do it about 10 minutes ago, but I'm listening to the audio version of Benjamin Eilers-Sein's The Inexplicable Logic of My Life, and I just like started bawling listening to this book. It is so beautiful. I wouldn't say, you know, there's a lot of these booktube videos that go around, like books that make me cry. I can't really think of that many books that make me cry, like literally make me cry. The Fault in Our Stars, I know a lot of people think it's trite, but like the last couple pages, I just bawled my eyes out. And there's been a couple books like that that have really made me cry. But I can never think of them off the top of my head, you know? And like, when I'm done, I'm just like, you know, like, I don't know. And it's never crying out of sadness. It's crying out of like truly how beautiful the book is written. And I don't want to ruin this book because I know a lot of people want to read it. But it is just magical. It's just so beautifully written, and just at the core, such a human experience, you know? So I was sitting here thinking though, like, you know, like, and wanting, because I'm like, I want to talk to somebody about this. Like, I want to talk about this book. It's like so good. Like, I just want to call up somebody that's read it. And, you know, my best friend and I, she's a avid reader, but we read very different things. And, I was like, I don't have anybody to talk to about this. And it made me kind of sad for a second. And then I was like at the library earlier and returning the books from the scavenger hunt book thing that I did yesterday. So if you haven't checked that out, go check that out. And I was like, I think I want to like be in a book club where you can like go and have discussions with people. But like my evenings are so like crazy busy right now that like for me to go to do a book club, I don't think is very realistic. And I've tried to do it on here a lot, where I said like I was going to read all of these books by one author, and I never did that. And so like, I think what I'm going to try to start doing in May is that I am going to, for every month, pick one brand new book that's come out, like let's say in the last couple months, and do like a book club on it. And anybody that wants to read it with me can read it with me. They don't have to. But, you know, I think that would be awesome. That's what I'm going to do. So for May, the book that I'm going to pick is The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. I've heard incredible things about this book. I really want to read it. I have it on Audible, so I'm going to listen to it on Audible. So if you guys would like to join with me, I'm going to do like probably discussion videos throughout the month as I'm listening to it. I mean, it won't take me a month to listen to it, but when I'm listening to it, so every month I'm going to pick a book, and then like, you know, a book that's come out or a book that's coming out or whatever, a new book. I think that would be fun because like I want to like, I love to read new books that come out, and but a lot of times a lot of other people haven't read them yet, and I don't want to ruin it for people, so I thought if we all do it together, excuse me, at the same time, then it wouldn't ruin it for anybody. So the book for May is going to be The Hate U Give. If you guys want to read it with me, please do. And, yeah, I'm excited about that. I know that's kind of a corny idea, but I don't really care. It was 86 yesterday, and it is 58 today. Like, this is crazy Indiana Midwestern weather. I'm getting ready to go into my office for a little bit, but... So, like, if I had picked a book for this month, I would have picked The Inexplicable Logic of My Life by Benjamin Eilers-Sein's. He's the one that wrote Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. And I thought this was supposed to be a sequel to that, is what I was told. I guess I was wrong. It's not a sequel. But it is so fantastic. And one of the things that I love about his writing is that the tone and I appreciate this of a lot of authors. It's like, okay, Stuart Onan, who is one of my favorite authors, is very similar to this. If you've never read Stuart Onan, I suggest highly that you read Stuart Onan. And I would, the two books that I would suggest starting with are Speed Queen and The Night Country. And I'll try to list these below if I remember all of these books. But like Stuart Onan, when you read his books, like every book is so completely different. But the tone, the poetry, the poetic language carries through each novel, if that makes sense. You know, like the poetic resonance. It's beautiful. They're beautifully written books that would be considered, I think, literary fiction. But some of them, like The Night Country, is about teenagers that are killed in a car accident. And it's all done around Halloween. And then Speed Queen is about a girl on death row and how she got there. And then I just read Songs of the Missing this summer. I've read a lot of his books. Like Last Night at the Lobster is about a guy who works at the Red Lobster, and they're closing down, and it says it's on Christmas Eve, and it says last night there. It's very sad, but it was a phenomenal book. And like as a Christmas book to read, like it's a really good Christmas book to read. I wouldn't recommend reading it if you're alone and you have nobody to talk to on Christmas. It's very sad, but it's a really good book, you know. And like, but the language he speaks is the same throughout every book. The stories are different, and I love that. And, you know, Benjamin Alire-Sainz is exactly the same way. Alire-Sainz. My husband always corrects me on how I say his name, because my husband speaks Spanish as his first language, and I don't. But his is the same way. It's like, the first book of his I read was Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, which is hands down probably one of my top 3 favorite books of all time, next to To Kill a Mockingbird and Catcher in the Rye. And then the next book I read of his was Last Night I Sang to the Monster, which is about an 18-year-old kid that's in a drug treatment facility. It was fantastic. Completely different. But the language was so beautiful all the way through. And then I can't remember what his third book was. I think it was Juliana and Sammy in Hollywood that I read. That one I loved just as much. People call and interrupt my videos. That's what you get with a vlog. And then, I had my phone plugged in. I hope it doesn't ruin this video. And then now I'm reading this one. I think I have like 2 more of his to read. Well, I mean, he's written like, I don't know, like 10 or 15 books. So I have like more of his to read, but. So yeah, if you haven't read The Inexplicable Logic of My Life, you need to read it. And you don't have to have read Aristotle and Dante first. This one is actually more like of today. Like there's texting and things that happen in there, which is really weird because in kind of it feels like Aristotle and Dante it takes place in the late 80s. This one feels the same, but there's current activity in it. I don't know how to explain that any different than that, but like there's current like behaviors in it that make it of today, but the language he speaks almost kind of feels like it's like the 80s or the 90s. And it's so funny reading the book because there's so many similarities between the book that I wrote and this book. And it deals a lot with death and grief and adult homosexuality affecting teenagers and parents and teenagers together. There's so many similarities between the books, even with the friendships. It's interesting to me. So, I've never read my book all the way through, like the book that I wrote. I should probably do that sometime. I mean, I've read it when I was editing it, but I've never read it all the way through. If you're interested in it, it's listed below. My little marketing deal right there. Anyway, all right. Well, I think I'm going to get off here for a while. So let me know if you guys like that idea for the book club. And I'm going to try to pick like books that are current that I feel like are books that people are talking about. Does that make sense? So yeah, so that will be the book that we're reading for May. And I am going to keep up with this, I promise. Will be The Hate You Give. and I will list it below. If you guys are interested in it, you can go look it up on Goodreads or Amazon or whatever, or at your bookstore. It's supposedly really, really good. And I know a lot of people have already read it and told me that it was really good. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I've been like posting every day. I've been keeping up. I have a couple reviews to do. People don't love the reviews, but some people do. Some people are like, I love the reviews. It makes me go want to buy the book. And of course, all my reviews are spoiler free. So, all right, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.